Back here at the Provident Credit Union Event Center. 3:21 to go in the fourth quarter. 52-51. St. Mary's leads San Jose State. The Gales trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Spartans trying to win their first game of the year. Daniel Barrera, Ashley Jones, courtside with you from downtown San Jose. Ashley, as a former player, I would imagine these are the moments you live for. Under 4 minutes to play in the game, a 1-point game, it's crunch time. What's going through your head as a player on the court?
Well, this is winning time, right? You work the whole game to get to this point, to give yourself a chance to win the game. San Jose is scorching right now, and you can feel it. They're shooting 80% from the field and 50% from the three-point line. This has been their best quarter of the game so far, and now you just got to finish it strong.
And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. The Spartans have had great starts this year, but they have not been able to finish. The middle of the game, not so great for the Spartans, but if you can bookend it with 2 solid quarters, I think you like that.
When we talked about it to start the fourth quarter, it starts on the defensive end. When they've been able to get stops, get out and run in transition, that's when they've been the most effective. They're able to score around the rim, knock down a big three-pointer. That's when they're in their rhythm.
And Gabriela Pato with that free throw out of the break, now in double figures with 10 points. The game is tied. 1 more rebound, she'll have a double-double. And the second free throw, too strong off the iron. The Spartans nearly get the offensive rebound from a great effort by Cummins, but the Gales come away with it. Tie ball game, 3:10 to go in the fourth. Foy, the three. She's got the bucket. Emily Foy's just been so good off the bench for the Gales, as she has been most of her career.
Emily Foy, no stranger to knocking down big shots. 14 points, and she's 6 for 12 from the field. So not only has she scored big time for the Gales, but she's done it efficiently.
And Foy leads the Gales in scoring. St. Mary's forces the turnover, up by 3, 2.5 to play in the fourth. Hunter, right side. Latu, 3 seconds on the shot clock, has to launch a very deep three. That's an air ball. Out of bounds, San Jose State basketball. What happened there offensively for the Gales? They just did not look good in that half-court set.
Yeah, they got to do a better job of getting in their sets. Earlier in the shot clock, you let the clock run down, and then you're forced to take a bad shot there. Credit the Spartan defense.
Anderson, left wing over to the right side. Waugh. Top the key, Anderson penetrating, finds Cummins. Left angle three, off the mark. The rebound by Pato. Won't go. And the ball stays with San Jose State. And with that rebound, Pato now with a double-double. San Jose State back on the basketball. Cummins will hold. 5 on the shot clock. Waugh's got to go. Spinning. Inside. Scoop to the hoop. Does not score, but draws the contact.
When you need a bucket, put the ball in Riley Waugh's hand. She's so shifty. Hits you with the up and under move. A little spin, takes the contact, gets to the free throw line. That's a big time play from the junior.
Riley Waugh will get the 2 shots.
Maybe pick up a few more assists, maybe get to the foul line a little more. But he's a good enough player, he'll figure it out. He hasn't had too many off games.
You see the 4 assists there as well. It's not just the scoring. He's got it done in multiple ways. On the other side for San Diego, you're talking about a senior from Argentina, Juanse Gorosito, from Portland to Ball State, and now his first year at San Diego, averaging better than 11 points per game.
Yeah, he's a really good all-around player. What I like about his game is that he's a guy that can get his team going. He definitely can get assists, but he can score it. He's going to make most of his free throws, almost 90%, so you don't want to foul him. But he's somebody, too, that's coming off a pretty rough game. But those guys that come off rough games worry me. They don't stay down for long. Sometimes it's motivation to step up and help your team big time in your next outing.
No question about it. Well, someone else who's coming back today for San Diego is Tyler Johnson. He's their leading scorer at 11.8 points per game. He missed last game, for precautionary reasons with an elbow. He's good to go tonight, so he'll be one to watch as well. Only 6 feet, 155 pounds, but it sounds like he's a real speedster and athletic.
Yeah, forget about his size and his weight. He's a veteran. He's a transfer from Wake Forest. He's got great pedigree, knows how to play. And this is a welcome addition for Steve Lavin and his staff to get him back.
We're going to get all into the relationship between Coach Ben Braun and Coach Steve Lavin. You guys go back to the Cal versus UCLA days. Got to be fun to catch up with him and see what he's doing at San Diego.
Well,
now.
It is, and I've had some history, and I actually know both coaches pretty well, and Tim Miles and Steve Lavin, two of the better guys in the business. You talk about guys that are successful coaches, but they're also, if you ask around the coaching ranks, these are two of the better guys. Players enjoy playing for these two coaches. And, if you're going to go out and have a meal, Ben, you and me, you'd want to be with both these guys. I think we could all go out and break bread. The only problem is you got to get them on the off season, because during the season, as you know, coaches are a little bit whack.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, these are two of my favorite guys, personality-wise. Tim Miles for San Jose State and Steve Lavin for San Diego. Let's get to the starting lineups as they've just been announced here at Provident Credit Union Event Center. For San Jose State, it'll be Colby Garland, Melvin Bell Jr. getting the start, Jermaine Washington, Yafet Mundi, and Sidrak Nganga. Something we'll talk about, Ben, is that Ben Roseborough is out tonight with an upper body injury for San Jose State. For San Diego, Tenari Lane, Juanse Gorosito, who we talked about in the open, Tyler Johnson, those are the three guards, Diare Goodwin, and Gavin Ripp, number 12, who made his season debut last game for San Diego. He's a local guy from Los Gatos, went to Archbishop Mitty High School. We'll see how he plays in front of you. Would expect some friends and family.
Well, that's always a big deal. But you mentioned Ben Roseborough. That's a loss because he's an outstanding freshman, and you just hope he's not out for long. But you got to move next man up. It's just how the game goes.
Also out is Javon Hanna, missing his 8th straight game since the season opener for San Jose State, as it's the Toreros with the first possession tonight. Moving from left to right across your screen, and Diare Goodwin. This is Rip. 7 on the shot clock. Nice spin back to the left. The jump hook, in and out. And that's going to be last touched by San Jose State, so another opportunity here for the Toreros.
Yeah, that's a good defensive possession, but you'd like to close it with a rebound because you don't get credit for playing good defense unless you secure it. But they did a nice job making it tough.
Quick pull off the inbound pass from Gorosito. And now San Jose State will have their first possession of the night. Spartans coming off a 15-win season last year and a trip to the NIT for the first time since 1986. Both of these teams almost completely new. Here's one of the returners, Jermaine Washington. Tough shot in the lane, gets it to go.
Yeah, great look to start the game for San Jose. You talk about newcomers, both teams with double-digit newcomers on the year. It's just the way of college basketball now, Ben. But you got to learn how to play with new guys and acclimate quickly.
Yeah, 11 newcomers for San Jose State, 14 for San Diego. They're calling it the relaunch.
Yeah, that may be a record those two teams combining for.
Turnover, Toreros, Washington for Garland. Pretty bounce pass, and the finish inside from Nganga.
Well, Garland shows you his ability. The ball didn't stick, and he just found his teammate. Good look, good assist.
So the first 4 to San Jose State. First meeting between these teams since 2017. Gorosito, high archer. And Nganga has it for the Spartans. Both of these teams will push. San Diego really likes to get up and down the court. Spartans will too, especially off a miss. And that'll be the first foul of the game.
It's important if you're going to be a transition team. A, you got to play pretty good defense and rebound so you can let your transition game work for you. And B, you want to keep it up. It's got to be constant. It can't just be periodic. And these two teams will push at all times.
That foul goes against Gorosito. Washington draws the double team, and Mundi gets fouled. Nice find.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now that San Jose State has found their bigs inside, and they, have some weapons inside.
Denari Lane picking up his first personal foul. And so Yafet Mundi going to the free throw line where he's at 72% this year. 6'8" senior from Paris. And he makes the first.
He's done a nice job getting to the foul line. A lot of guys shy away from contact. He's not afraid to absorb it and get rewarded to the free throw line. That's a really good sign for a post guy.
He's had a great start to his season. You see the numbers there, 11 points and 9 rebounds. He's already got 4 double-doubles this year, which is the most in the Mountain West.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good passer, too. He does it all.
Well, he missed the free throw, but a lane violation will give him another chance at it.
Those things really, if you're coaching and you're playing, you really got to cut down on those things. There's a missed free throw, you get to come back, get a break, and now he gets to reload.
And he takes advantage. 6-0, just over 2 minutes in from the event center in San Jose.
Yeah, both teams really employing the full court press.
Good idea on the lob, but just out of the reach of Winkowski, who has checked into the game. Piotr Winkowski, a junior from Poland.
Well, good news for San Diego. They're down, but the way they pressure and play defense, they come up with steals. They're pretty good in transition. They can make this lead up pretty quickly.
San Jose State 2 for 2 from the field in the early going. Nearly turned over. Good hustle on the floor by Mundi to keep it alive with 10 on the shot clock. Garland, the extra pass. And they'll call a travel on Marvin Bell.
Yeah, Bell tried to do what's called kind of a knifing move where you catch it on the run. And that's a good move. NBA guys do it all the time. Pass comes, you're meeting the pass and going. But he had a little bit too much get up and go on that one. The official said, no, we're not going to give you that one. But I like it.
Getting the start, as we mentioned, for Ben Roseborough out tonight for San Jose State. Another turnover. That's the third already for San Diego. Garland drives the lane. Back out for Washington. Deep three. Why not? Jermaine Washington shooting it with confidence.
Not the start you want if you're San Diego. They've just, kind of shot themselves in the foot early.
A 9-0 run for the Spartans to start this game.
Have really active hands with San Jose. They're getting deflections on almost every possession.
Lane. And that's another turnover. 4th for San Diego, and the San Jose State bench is loving it.
Well, San Diego likes to pressure, but I think they're up against a team that equally likes to get out there and really come out. I've been impressed with San Jose's start defensively. I know they've hit some shots, and you get excited about the shots, but you can go cold too. But you keep up this defensive pressure, Ben, you can get a lot more possessions for your team.
I'm sure Tim Miles would agree with you there. And that's going to stay with the Spartans. Brand new starting 5 this year for San Jose State. Only 3 returners from last year's team.
And that's the definition of a new team.
Yeah.
You're both of these squads really, really big turnover.
Yeah, we mentioned the 14 newcomers for San Diego. And again, that's not uncommon in college basketball these days, as that's a 3 and the foul. And Jermaine Washington will have a chance at a 4-point play.
Ben, if you could draw up a start to a game, I don't know if you could draw it up any better than this, because you're not only making shots, but you're getting steals, you're getting extra possessions, you're playing both ends of the floor. This team in San Jose State has really been ready to play. I think a lot of this has to do with the respect they have for San San Diego. They know San Diego's capable, and they have their team ready to go.
How about the start for Jermaine Washington? 9 points on 3 of 3 shooting. 13-0 San Jose State. San Diego just trying to stop this run, get something on the board. Goodwin, being guarded tightly by Washington, down to 6 on the shot clock. Tim Moore Jr., they're gonna have to put one up. Moore, did he get it away? They're gonna say no, shot clock violation. And that's the 5th turnover in the first 4:06 for San Diego.
Well, the turnover came as a result of great defense. It just, again, picture-perfect defense to start this game. Yes, they've made shots, but this defense is on a different level for the San Jose State Spartans.
San Jose State rolling early, up 13-0. We'll take our first timeout. 15:54 to go in the first half. Spartans up early. (13-0) San Jose State leading San Diego just over 4 minutes in. Ben Ross and Ben Braun. And Coach, what are you seeing early here?
Well, I'm seeing great defense. I mean, you're holding a team to 0%, haven't scored, and you've turned them over 5 times.
Wow.
That combination spells for success. Doesn't really make a difference if you're making shots. Now you add the fact that you're perfect from the floor, 4 for 4, and now you've got a big lead. So this first timeout is always a big timeout, and if you're San Diego, you got to settle down. It's a long game, but if you're San Jose State, you'd love to duplicate this to the next timeout.
I was about to ask you. Yeah, we talked about you and Coach Lavin. If you're Steve Lavin, how do you try and get your guys into this game?
Well, you know, they're a good pressure team, and they just got to go out and rebound, come up with the ball.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by San Diego.
San Diego can score in a hurry. Steve Lavin teams are very explosive, but you know you got to dig out now. You're down. You don't want to press. And put pressure on yourself, but you got to come up with a couple of steals. You got to come up with some good loose ball rebounds and charges and turn things around.
That missed three a moment ago by Nganga. Not going to have time to finish that thought. That's a chance at a three-point play.
I'm not sure he even had possession of the ball when he was going up. He kind of lost it, but it's been that kind of start for San Jose State. They just get it up off the glass, get the foul, and the two. I mean, this is as good a start as I've seen the Spartans get off to, and we've covered them. This is you couldn't draw it up any better.
No question. Well, I was going to say Nganga's three was the first miss from the field. As it's now 15-0 and make it 15-2. Finally, the first two, courtesy of Gavin Rip.
Well, that's a big basket, and if you're San Jose State, you don't want to give up an easy one like that. Make them earn it.
Rip is the local product from Archbishop Midi. Offensive rebound, Garland, and the putback.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're on the glass. They're in transition.
Another whistle and a foul coming the other way. First one on San Jose State tonight. Colby Garland picks it up.
Well, if you're San Diego, you got to stay with it. You know that the Spartans aren't going to keep up the shooting percentage, but you got to hope you can attack their aggressive defense. That's going to be the challenge you have.
Yeah, still obviously a long way to go, just underway.
Well, in drawing fouls, Ben, is one way you can do it. You're playing against an aggressive team. You've got to find a way to draw fouls.
Trying to get the ball in bounds. They do to Gorosito. And now Brendan Benjamin coming off a really nice game last time out against Long Beach State. Went 7 of 8 from the field. Tim Moore Jr. shot blocked and a held ball. Great defense. Douglas Langford, I think the man who was there.
That was a good move, but just better defense. I mean, stood straight up, great verticality. You can see the spin move in the middle, and the defense just goes up, all ball.
Adrian Myers and Douglas Langford both getting hands on it. Garland back the other way. Myers lost control, got it back. Garland stopped up. Now Washington. Shot clock down to 5. Good defense here from the Toreros. Tough shot. Nearly got it to go. And an offensive rebound again for Adrian Myers. Errant pass. Gorosito pulls up. Nice feed. Moore lays it in.
That's a good looking break. Nice job by Gorosito. Didn't have anything himself. Slowed it up. Fed his big fella for a nice 2. That's a start. That's one way to get it going.
Garland has it knocked away. San Diego picking up the defensive intensity a little bit. Langford creating space. Got his own miss. They're still on the offensive glass. Myers puts it in.
Aggressive basketball on the offensive glass.
Well, that's an area San Diego has had some struggles with this year on the glass. They were better last game, but still minus 3.6 on average. As that comes up short from Benjamin. Rebounds are now 8-2 for San Jose State. And Myers knocks down a 3.
Why not? I mean, when you got it going, maybe that's not a great shot. It's a pretty good shot when you're feeling it. I really like the confidence that San Jose State's playing with. And they're earning that confidence. You don't just get it, you got to earn it.
Yeah, this is about as well as we've seen them play on both ends. And they're up 22-4. Tough shot from the baseline, rebounded by Bell. Garland trying to create space. Gets into the lane, goes up and puts it home. And Steve Lavin's got a call for timeout. It's a 20-point lead for San Jose State.
Well, big run. It might have been a little bit of a push-off. Referees let it play through that. You can see that little bit of contact, no call, and the finish. I mean, they're playing the Spartans with really an edge, and every man to a man is just playing with confidence. And when your team plays with this kind of confidence, it's contagious, Ben. It really does. It spreads.
They're going to extend this to a full timeout, so we'll step aside. San Jose State leading 24-4. Back in a moment from the Event Center. Well, the fans here in San Jose have to be enjoying this start. The Spartans all over San Diego early, 24-4 as we're back underway.
Well, if you're San Diego and Steve Lavin and staff, you're talking about turnovers. They've got 6, and offensive rebounds. They've given up 5. Correct those 2 things, you'll get back in the game.
We talked about how San Diego likes to get out and run, shoot a lot of threes. Can't do that if you're giving up baskets and if you're turning the ball over. Shot clock again running down. Benjamin kicks out for McIntyre. That's in and out.
That's a better possession, though, for San Jose State. That's actually a good look. They just missed it, but that's the way they got to play. No turnovers, get a good look.
Washington to the corner for Garland. Everything is falling for San Jose State.
That's a good spot up. You spot up in the corner, you got a lot of room to drive and feed. They did that.
This is an unbelievable start for Tim Miles and company. Like you said, Ben, they could not have drawn things up any better on both ends of the floor. The intensity level is through the roof. Gorosito trying to answer a tough shot. Offensive rebound for the Toreros. McIntyre. Gorosito stripped away by Garland. Turnover number 7 for San Diego. And a big collision on the other end. As Bell goes down, that'll be a foul. I think it'll be on the floor. And let's see, do we have a media timeout? A little pushing and shoving first. So tempers flaring a bit. As you take another look at that head. Bell is a big man, but so is Vuk Boskovich. And we will get to the under 12 media timeout. 11:15 to go in the first half. San Jose State 27, San Diego 4. We'll be right back. (27-4), San Jose State leading San Diego. Ben Ross and Ben Braun and some of our closest friends here at Provident Credit Union Event Center. So Ben, during the break, we were kind of talking about it. You've been a coach. I'm sure you've been in this situation, both sides. I want to start with San Diego. When it just seems like nothing is going right, what do?
Well, you really get a step back and you say, look, let's get back to what we do. You can't control the other team. If they're shooting at a high percentage, you can challenge shots. You can make it a little tougher for them. But you got to start with your team. So Steve Lavin's going to remind his players, Ben, that, hey, we can't turn it over because that fuels their fire, and we can't give up offensive rebounds. Our shots will fall. We're a good shooting team. But it's important just to maintain the emphasis and concentration on your team. It's not about the other team right now. It's about you, and you've kind of shot yourself in the foot in a couple areas. So I just think those are things that are going to happen. And as the game goes on, it's a long game. 40 minutes, a long game. Yeah. Basketball, like very few sports, is a game of runs. Mm-hmm. You get up in football, hard to come back. And in basketball, you get down, you can come back with three-point shots, fouls, a lot of different ways to do it. So if you're San Jose State, you're not relaxing. If you're San Diego, you're not panicking.
Well, and I think that's a really good point from San Jose State's standpoint, as Marvin Bell Jr. is going to go to the line for 2. I think they might have upgraded that foul on Boskovich.
Well, and again, you just find ways to eliminate maybe why you fail or why you don't do well. And the great Bobby Knight used to say that if you can eliminate those reasons, Pete Newell, some of the greater coaches, then you put yourself in a position to be more successful. But this is quite a run. I mean, 27-4. It's not the 27 points, as amazing as that is. To me, man, it's the 4 points you've held San Diego to. That is more of a feat than the points you scored. I mean, that to me says it all. 4 points you've given up, and you're almost at the halfway point. So,
and you forced 7 turnovers too.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Your defense is what's been doing it. You can be hot, but basketball shooting can come and go. You can go hot and cold.
Pass inside to Bell. He went 1 of 2 at the line, and they're going to call an offensive foul that time.
Yeah, good call by the officials. There's actually a little bit of contact earlier. They let the first one go. They didn't let the second one go. Good piece of officiating.
So the point I was going to get to before about San Jose State is I think this is a good test for them because how many times have we seen it when a team grabs a huge early lead? It's human nature to take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, good point, Ben, and you're right about that. That's why coaches have to fight against human nature, which is to take your foot off the gas. Relax a little bit. You're up by 20 at home.
The intensity's still there from the Spartans. They have been picture perfect these first 9 minutes. Boscovich being guarded by Langford. Nothing easy on this end against the San Jose State defense. Asan Diop, big shot. They needed that one.
Well, it's huge. And there's your three-pointer now. What do? You go down and play defense. You get a stop here, and you can inch back into this game.
Diop, the transfer from Colorado. That's going to be team foul number 7 for San Diego, and a 1-and-1 coming for Jermaine Washington.
And that's significant. Again, what have they done? They've gotten to the free throw line with 10 minutes to play in the half, maybe soon to get the double bonus. That's huge.
That's 2 fouls on Tyler Johnson. So Washington leading all scorers with 9 points in the early going. And he hits the front end. Washington was a highly touted freshman out of Rancho Verde High School in Southern California, now a sophomore. Yeah, and he's really, I feel like, taking the next step. You can see it already.
Good-looking player. The sophomore has done well. He's gotten assists for his team. He's scored it, knocks down his free throws.
He goes 2 for 2. He's already at his season average of 11 points. 30-7, San Jose State. Nice drive down the lane by Johnson, but he couldn't finish. And now Washington the other way for the Spartans. Doesn't have the numbers, lost it. Boscovich back for the Toreros. Johnson finds lane for 3, too strong. Back and forth we go. It's loose on the floor. And a held ball.
That's good hustle by San Diego right there. I mean, they saved what looked like was going to be a transition fast break. I mean, this San Diego team will hustle. They have not shot it well, and they've been a little careless with the ball, but a lot of that has had to do with San Jose State. They played extremely hard defensively.
Possession arrow belongs to San Diego. We're
There's
still just halfway through this first half.
Look at the hustle. I mean, you see 2 different guys getting on the floor for San Diego, and Tim Miles, you wouldn't know he's up by 20. He's mad because he didn't see enough white jerseys on the floor. And that's what coaches do. They remind their players, don't relax.
Inbound to Diop. And now Adrian McIntyre. San Diego trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. They won 3 of their first 4 this year. And a bump from Washington.
Well, and Ben, that's what we talked about. That's what you have to do. You're playing against a really aggressive team that's really kind of manhandled you a little bit. So what do? You get aggressive and draw some fouls and get to the rim. And that's, I'm sure, what Steve Levin and his staff talked about during the timeouts.
3rd team foul for the Spartans. The 3 is an air ball, but right to McIntyre for the reverse layup.
There's some hustle play right there. There's a air ball, but there's an offensive rebound, put back, and, just slowly but surely you creep back in. But it's been tough for San Diego, but they got to get every break they can.
I mean, I know I sound like a broken record here, but there's still so much time. I mean, more than 9 minutes left in the half. As Washington, oh my goodness, what a shot, plus the foul.
There's a lot of action going on. There may be a lot of time left in this game, but there's also a lot of time for Washington.
Yeah.
And you give Jermaine Washington, some opportunities. I don't know that he's made any mistakes this game, maybe 1 turnover. But look at the degree of difficulty on that shot, the contact, the finish. Look at it again. I mean, he gets bumped down low and up top and finds a way to score. And now it looks like San Diego picked up a technical. Yeah, Class A technical.
So they called the technical, I think, on Boscovich after the foul was on Diop. So Washington should get a chance at the and 1 and then 2 more free throws for the Tech.
Oh, he sung his praises too early.
Yeah.
He's human. Folks, we got to understand that. He is human.
He's 4 for 5 from the field today.
No, he's just played out at such a high level. He's really helped his team. You can see it in his eyes, his energy level, his attitude, the emotion. It's never a bad thing to have emotion on the court. You got to channel the emotion, but give me a guy that's passionate any day of the week.
He's now up to 14 points. I mean, he's outscoring San Diego by himself right now.
Absolutely.
And this is the and one free throw. Unable to get it, but an offensive rebound by Mundi.
Yeah, he's hurried himself. He could have taken it up and drawn a foul.
The rebounds are 13-5 for San Jose State. Offensive rebounds are 6-3. Rip, nice shot, but wouldn't fall. He does get fouled. He made the move he wanted, and he'll get to the free throw line for a couple.
Well, that's what we talked about, and it's it's methodical, doesn't look pretty, but you find a way when you're struggling from the floor. There are other ways to score. You score off your defense. You score off of being aggressive to the basket. You get to the free throw line. You get into the bonus. You do those things, you can get back into a game. You just can't try to shoot yourself back in or take bad shots. But get to the line, and you also maybe put other guys in foul trouble. Maybe you put the best player on the other team in foul trouble. Maybe you draw fouls on Washington. I would sure try to, do anything you can to keep him out of the game because he's been a thorn in your side.
1 for 2 for Gavin Rip. The Archbishop Midi grad. He's from right near here in Los Gatos.
Right down the road.
33-10.
Good school.
That was out of bounds. I think Rip thought that he got the double touch there on Ngango, but it'll still be Spartan ball.
I thought that maybe San Jose State hit that ball. But,
yeah, that's what I thought as well.
But I think the referee's saying, well, there might have been some contact. I let you go. Didn't call a foul. So, but, I don't know if that makes sense. So we didn't think you want to just continue to play. You don't want to beg for fouls or shots and calls.
San Jose State has led from the get-go. Started the game on a 15-0 run. They're up 33-10. This guy's been doing a lot of the damage. Jermaine Washington. Mundi got to get one up. Goes back to the left and finishes.
That's what he could do. I think he was mad at himself the last chance he had an opportunity. He sure made use of that opportunity.
35-10. This matches the largest lead of the night for San Jose State.
Yeah, you can just see the defense is pushing San Diego further and further out on the floor.
Sonari Lane gets the foul call with 7 on the shot clock.
Well, that's aggressive defense. You know what? Tim Miles jumps up, applauds his team, even though there's a foul call. He loves the way his team's playing aggressively.
The intensity through the roof for San Jose State. We'll take a timeout with 7:58 to go in the half. Spartans up 35-10. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Provident Credit Union Event Center in San Jose. I'll look at some of the banners up here for the Spartans, who have been dominant tonight. 35-10 their lead on San Diego. And Ben, we were talking during the break. I mean, the defensive effort and the tenacity and the pressure has been unbelievable. What's gotten into them tonight?
Well, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in their last few practices. There's got to be a cause and effect. I know these coaches pretty well, certainly Tim Miles, but I also know Jeff Strom and Tim Marion for many years. Love to kind of have those guys and say, hey, what happened in practice? How did you guys get your guys to come out of the gate so hard? Because, this comes from something. It's just, it's not just a locker room talk. You've got to practice this way. You have to have an edge. Might have happened in the film room. That might have been a real aggressive practice where guys got after each other. But something transpired because, to have your team play in this way, and it could, again, is what I said, been mutual respect for your opponents and Steve Lavin and the teams he's coached. So whatever it is, it's working.
Yeah, I mean, look, their last game was against UC Irvine. They lost it at home, 72-63. I think they were disappointed by that. It was their first home loss this year. And they've really come out and made a statement in these first 12 minutes tonight. We'll see if San Diego can punch back. Lane for three. Battle for the rebound. And that's Alejandro Aviles. Got the offensive board. Lane banks it in.
That's a big basket because, again, a nice defensive possession again, but San Jose State this time doesn't close the door and rebound, giving the Toreros a chance to get a two.
So Aviles, number 21 for San Diego, making his debut tonight. Freshman has been injured, but they like what he can bring at 6'10", 230 pounds, and he showed it on the offensive glass that time. And Ganga from the lane. Look at Garland on the offensive glass. In amongst the trees, to the corner, and a three. Adrian Myers.
How did Garland find Myers? I didn't see him open. He somehow had presence of mind to go baseline to baseline for the three. Phenomenal pass.
I was about to say, that's an unreal pass. He's in there being double teamed by a couple of big men, as that'll be a foul to send Lane to the line. But yeah, that Garland pass, something special.
Well, again, you came off a game where you struggled, so you don't have to come back necessarily and score. You do things like that to get your team going and get your team off to a 20-point plus lead. That's how you get back in the game. But I like that San Diego's now getting aggressive, and now they get to the rim the last few possessions, trying to chip back into this game.
Tenari Lane remains perfect at the free throw line this year. He's now 9 for 9.
Yeah, you mentioned Steve Lavin and my years coaching against his teams at UCLA, and they were high-powered teams. You had to play well. Our teams played well against their team. We have joked about it over the years, but there's a reason, because we had a lot of respect for his teams, and they were talented. They had NBA guys, and so we had to play our best. And I think you get the best out of your team when you respect your opponents.
You guys started at your respective schools the same year. Ben Braun at Cal, 1996. Steve Lavin at UCLA, 1996. And you guys definitely had some great battles in the old Pac-10. Like how I say the old Pac-10, like we're a couple, like it's a whole 100 years ago.
Well, that was quite the league, and more pro players in that league than anywhere in the country.
Mundi, Garland baseline jumper, and that gives him 9 points tonight.
He could do no wrong.
I mean, you're not kidding. He's 4 for 4 from the field, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And that's another turnover for San Diego.
The defense continues. Spartans have not let up. What I like is they're not playing the score. So many players, Ben, look at the score, and coaches don't. Coaches don't look at the scoreboard. I sometimes never looked at the scoreboard because I didn't want to know the score. I just want to see how my team was playing. But that's what San Jose State is doing. They're playing not to the score, and their opponents are playing to the best level they can play.
Washington right down the lane, and he has got 16 points in this first half.
As good as San Jose State's playing defensively, they're ratcheting it up on offense. They're playing at an extremely high level.
42-14. Tenari Lane couldn't answer. Myers the rebound, and here come the Spartans again. Turnover. And Tim Miles, I mean, you talk about not playing the score. He's furious right there, up by 28.
And most people would understand that. He's really setting the tone for his team. And he's just saying, look, let's not relax because we're up. And players I know don't like it because they like to hear that they're doing pretty well. But your job as a coach is to get the most of your players, and you can love them up, but you can also get in their stuff a little bit. And, you know, I like that Tim Miles will take his players out, but he'll talk to them. He'll explain what's happening. And,
Yeah, you see him teaching Garland right now, and I think Garland was just as upset at himself.
Yeah, and you know that's what good teams do and good coaches do. Next play, move on. You make your point, and you know maybe after you make a substitution, you get them back in the game next time out or next opportunities.
Washington lost it out of bounds, so a couple of turnovers there for San Jose State. And it'll be San Diego basketball out of bounds.
Yeah, college players today, Ben, are too good to be giving away opportunities. You give players opportunities, you know, they'll take advantage of it. These guys are all league, all conference, all Americans. They're good players, and you can't relax against college basketball teams.
San Diego just trying to get within shouting distance at halftime. Lane will try a three. Shot just not falling for him tonight. He's 1 for 6, 0 for 5 from 3. But San Diego will get another possession.
Well, and again, the last few possessions now, and you know, not that the score has changed that much, but just, again, how you're playing and just, you know, not quite as tough defensively on the glass as you were early. And so a couple substitutions here and see if the Spartans can get back to that dominance defensively. They're just challenging everything.
Johnson, the lob and the throw down by Tim Moore Jr.
Well, they can do that. And you know, I think it's a warning.
Yeah, I hope this is just a warning. I think they're going to say a delay of game warning for punching the ball there by Moore.
Yeah,
boy, he was showing the athleticism on that dunk.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. But you don't want to take away from a great play. That was, by the way, a great play. It was probably the highlight of the night so far for San Diego, but big-time play.
And maybe that's the kind of play that can spark a little momentum for them, get some energy going. There's an offensive foul.
Yep, good call.
Back the other way.
Yeah, post guy wasn't set, was moving. That had come to a 2-foot jump stop.
So we talked about the 8 turnovers for San Diego. All of a sudden, San Jose State has 8 turnovers as well.
Yeah.
I think that's why Tim Moore's a little cranky.
So if you want to,
excuse me, Tim Miles.
Tim Miles, yeah, if you want to get a good run here before the half, just change the momentum a little bit.
Goodwin for 3, got it. So San Diego pushing back.
Yeah, and that's what you want if you're San Diego. You know, you're not going to make this lead up, but you can at least go in the locker room with a little bit of momentum. And that's what they're trying to do right now.
That's a 7-0 run for the Toreros. Still down by 21 and now 24. San Jose State is just on fire in this half. They're 6 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, they didn't get the memo, Ben, that they're supposed to slow down. They didn't receive it.
Adrian Myers, a real good shooter, and that'll be a foul
goodness
on the Spartans.
I mean, no let up by the Spartans. They're feeling it. They're confident. I love it. But still have some basketball to go.
3:59 to go in the first half. We'll step aside. San Jose State leading it 45-21. Welcome back to San Jose. Ben Ross and Ben Braun with you. The San Jose State cheerleaders putting on a show. The Spartans team putting on a show as well in this first half. 45-21. 3:59 remaining in it. We were talking about Adrian Myers, who hit that last 3 for the Spartans. He's now into double figures with 11 points. 4 for 4 shooting, 3 for 3 beyond the arc. And I think that's a really, welcome sight for San Jose State because he's a great shooter, but he had struggled starting this year.
No, to your point, Ben, he was 2 for 14 from 3, and you say, gosh, if you're a good three-point shooter, why the low percentage? But sometimes that happens, and shooting is like anything else. You get in a rhythm, you start knocking down some shots, you feel better about yourself. That's a bright sign for the Spartans if he can continue, at this pace and get his shooting touch back.
Transfer from Mississippi State. As that last foul was on Douglas Langford, it'll be a 1-and-1 for Tim Moore. And he makes the first one.
If you're San Diego, you can now at least say, look, we started out with a ton of turnovers, but now we've turned over San Jose, and San Jose now has equaled their turnover level at 8. So that's been a bright spot. The San Diego defense has stepped up a little bit last few possessions.
That's a good free throw shooting team, I should mention. San Diego came in at 78% as a team.
Now that's a good percentage. As my mother used to tell me, Ben, that's great, but you got to get to the line. That doesn't do you any good unless you get to the line.
Well, they're 5 for 6 in this one.
Yeah, but I'll mention that to Lav. I think he'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mom knows best.
Look at the move by Yafet Mundi.
Yeah, he can use both hands, and that's why he's so effective inside. I mean, that's a weapon if you're San Jose to be able to go inside. But here's San Jose State again trying to just get back to that defensive dominance they had early in the game.
Pull-up jump shot from Johnson is short, got his own rebound, and that's a chance at a three-point play.
Really clever play, Ben. I mean, that's presence of mind. You get the offensive rebound, you know you're going to get contact, and so you just get it up to the basket and draw the foul, and now you make the basket. Just smart play. I'm really impressed with that play. And then, by the way, the new rule, too, if you're gathering in the process of shooting, so you might as well try to get it to the rim. You're going to get credit for the officials. Brand new rule this year in college basketball.
Tyler Johnson completes the three-point play. He's their leading scorer this year. That's his first points of the night.
Well, he's back. And, in all fairness to San Diego, they're getting a lot of guys back that haven't played. So your chemistry is kind of off. And the more they play together, even from half to half, the better they're going to be.
They go really deep into their roster, and like you said, they've had some injuries this year. So Steve Lavin told us he's still trying to work through rotations. A lot of contact there. Mundi goes to the ground. Myers into the lane, and that's his first miss of the night.
Yeah, well, you know what? That last possession, Ben, San Diego went to the zone, and that kept their bigs inside, able to rebound a little bit better. Didn't give San Jose the same looks they've been getting. Sometimes you got to do things like that. You say, why play a zone if you're down 20? Because what you've been doing, you're down 20. So
got to change it up, right?
You got to change it up. So
yeah.
Give Steve Lavin and his staff credit. They went to that zone, and I think they stole another possession. And now they're on a little bit of a run of their own.
Double bonus here. A couple of free throws for Diare Goodwin. And he can't get the first one to go. Goodwin, a freshman from Wheeling, West Virginia.
That's a ways.
It sure is.
Been there.
Averaging 5 points a game this year. Averaged 18 a game as a senior last year at Lindsley School. And he goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line.
So you see it's San Diego going to their full court press. The 2-2-1 was made famous at, I want to say UCLA, actually started at Cal with Pete Newell. And John
He
Wooden
could coach a little bit.
Well, John Wooden kind of stole that from Pete Newell.
He could too.
A little bit.
Open three for Bell. That one missed. Look at Myers crashing the lane and gets the putback.
He's been really good today. He's scored from the outside. He's gotten to the rim. That's a no-no if you're San Diego. Just can't give up that offensive rebound.
Back come the Toreros. Contact. And free throws coming for Moore.
That's a good play. You got to come back here and draw the foul. Both teams been in the bonus for most of this half, second part of this half.
I was going to say, it's been a physical game. I mean, we're seeing collisions. I think both teams, San Jose State, we talked about their energy and setting the tone. I think San Diego's starting to match that.
Yeah, and I think the officials really have done a good job in letting them play, even though they're physical. They're keeping things pretty solid. But these are two aggressive teams. And this game is going to help both teams when they get to their conference. I like that they're playing the game. You're the WCC. This is going to be a good game for you. You're in Mountain West. You're going to see some teams like this, so both teams are going to benefit from playing.
Yeah, I mean, these are two really good conferences, and I think that you're looking at San Diego and San Jose State as teams that are both looking to break into the upper echelon of their conference.
Well, and they can, and they will, in my opinion. Both teams now starting to get a little more NIL. They haven't had that. When they get that going, watch out. They're both in great cities, so things can happen.
Garland gets it across the timeline, 49-28. San Jose State has led by as many as 25 tonight. Mundi, everything but the finish. And rebounded by Goodwin. Final 2 minutes of the first half. San Diego trying to get a little closer before the break. Quick move by Johnson around Myers. Over the top of Nganga, nice defense. And a travel called as...
Two guys going for the ball. You like to see that. You don't like to see the travel, but give me two guys going for the ball and kind of got to communicate a little bit. Like, I got it. No, you got it. I got it. Just talk a little bit. But at least they're both had their hands on the ball.
It was Jafet Mupadele who went to the ground, called for the travel.
Goodwin with an open look. San Jose State pretty fortunate he didn't knock that shot down. That would have narrowed the gap even further going into halftime. But got about a minute and a half to go. You're San Jose State. You want to still put some more points on the board. If you can crack and go over 50, that's significant.
Garland, the floater. He's got a nice game.
Well, you want to go over 50, put it in his hands. That's a pro half so far for San Jose.
And a turnover. No, it was touched. It'll stay with San Diego. Yeah, I mean, look, we're still in the first half, Ben, and San Jose State already has three guys in double figures.
And they put a 50-piece on the board. That's
pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
Jermaine Washington with 16. Adrian Myers has 13. Colby Garland, 11. They're shooting 66% from the field. Goodwin, another three. That one will fall.
Yeah, and that's the same shot he just missed. And what I liked about Goodwin is he went right back at it, didn't hesitate, knew he had a good look the last time, didn't put it down. Confidence, Ben, confidence. He just knocked that down with extreme confidence. Now, you're San Jose. Could you go 2 for 1? You could.
And the foul going to go against Tyler Johnson. I mean, we laugh, but that's a big foul because that's his third. You don't like to pick that one up in the last minute.
He was trying to draw the hook. I think he might have had a case there. There was a little bit of a, first there was a little contact which initiated, then there was a hook not called, and finally he rode him and got the hook. If you're Steve Lavin, you'll probably leave him in because you're going to be back on offense, but that's 3. And but when you're down, then you try to get back in the game. You can't save your team, save your guys. You got to play. Now he'll come out now. I guess he will. He doesn't want to pick up a charge. And you can't play with 4. No. I used to trust my players, but that's
tough when you only get 5. It's a little different in the NBA.
Yeah, that's tough.
Colby Garland 1 for 2 at the line. He's got 12 points.
Now let's see if San Diego comes down for a quick one or they wind it down. Looks like they're going to take a little bit of clock maybe.
Gorosito, he's still looking for his first points tonight. Double teamed in the corner. Work it around to the other side, 10 on the shot clock. Moore faked the 3, step back, triple, got it.
Confidence.
Tim Moore Jr.
A lot of confidence by Tim Moore. You could see he just wanted a little bit of room. You don't want to foul him because you're in the bonus. Now you're San Jose State. You will play for the last shot.
5 seconds to go in the half. And now they'll call the offensive foul on the screen. Sadrak Nganga.
Well, let's look at this. I mean, this is an 18-point lead, and it was up to pretty big, so it's big.
Gorosito for 3. It'll count if it goes, and he couldn't get it to fall. Boy, how big would that have been? Still, though, San Diego, they trailed by as many as 28. They cut it to 18 at the half.
And they'll talk about that, and certainly in both locker rooms, they'll talk about the start, and they'll talk about the finish of this half. Night and day for both teams. It was San Jose State playing just lights out early, and San Diego getting back in this game by playing much better basketball.
Well, we still got 20 minutes of basketball to go. We'll take a break. Don't go away. Our halftime show is coming up next. San Jose State leading San Diego 52-34.
El Camino Health. Year after year, we're nationally ranked for excellence. Every recognition is a win for you. A show of strength. Another life well lived. And what we're most proud of is that we are locally trusted. By you, our neighbors, and our patients. El Camino Health, the standard of healthcare excellence in the South Bay. Our strength is your health.
It's been said that competing at the highest level is not about winning. It's about preparation, courage, understanding, and nurturing your teammates. Winning is the result.
Bosic just wraps around. What a finish from Matej Bosic.
The Spartans dominated the WCC championship game against California Baptist, winning their second conference title in the last 3 years, and in the process, cemented themselves as the premier program in the West Coast Conference.
2 years ago, we were lucky enough that we were able to win the WCC conference. And then last year, we actually made it to the championship game again. I think we were a little bit of the underdogs. The fact that we made it that far was exciting for us. And I think this year, we definitely had the pieces to do it again.
Coming into this season, we knew that we have a very capable team, and this is probably the best team that we had in a long time.
On the back end, junior Brendan Yapyas has become one of the elite goaltenders in the country, earning WCC All-First Team honors, as well as being named WCC Player of the Year, the first Spartan ever to win the award.
In my opinion, he's the best goalie in the NCAAs right now. He's a really hard goalkeeper to score on the outside, and I think the defensive front of him is slowly falling into place.
Up front, the Spartans are led by a cast of international recruits. The 2025 team is made up of players from 9 different countries, including Hungary, Russia, and Croatia.
One of our major criteria when we recruit somebody is to make sure that they are the right kind of players, personality-wise, work ethic-wise. We try to do as good of a job as we can to make sure that the people that we're bringing are people that will contribute to the team chemistry.
Everyone's welcoming. There's a lot of jokes. You know, we have a very international team, and I think that works well.
Mitchell and Sam Keatley have made a splash at SJSU since they arrived from New Zealand. The brothers have been key components of the Spartan offense this season.
Both of them are very dominant players. Both of them are very offensive-minded players. They score a lot of goals for us. They play opposite side of the pool.
He's a left-hander, I'm a right-hander. I'm more of a utility, so I can play in the center forward on the left side of the pool. I post up a lot, use my strength, whereas Mitchell's more of a facilitator. He assists a lot.
It's easy for me. I pass him the ball and he does the rest, you know. He's one of those types of players. He puts the ball on the back of the net.
Like any brothers, the Keatley's sibling rivalry is evident, and every practice is an opportunity to one-up each other.
Competing about everything, swim sets, leg sets, who's wearing the weight belt longer, wrestling, nonstop.
There's definitely a lot of banter between us. I mean, he's a bit of a beast, so he often comes out on top, and he talks a little bit of trash to me.
Their hard work and fierce competition has been contagious, rubbing off on the entire team, strengthening their bond.
There are some drills, you know, when we are egg beatering, we are training our legs, and they are going against each other, and you see that they are going at it. Every competition between the team also, it's good for the team.
That competitive spirit in practice has been just one of the keys to success for this year's team. SJSU finished the regular season with a number 9 national ranking and went on to capture the WCC regular season championship with a 5-1 record, securing the number 2 seed in the conference championship tournament. In their opening round match against Air Force, the Spartans jumped out to an early lead and never looked back, overwhelming the Falcons en route to a 14-10 victory. It was a much different story in the semifinals against Pepperdine. The Wave led the Spartans the entire match until Samu Birosh scored with just seconds to play to tie the game and send it to overtime.
He'll have to look. They left him alone. They left Birosh alone. Howell forgot about Birosh, and Birosh puts it in the back of the net. His 4th goal of the day.
The Spartans took control in the extra frame and pulled out a nail-biter with a 13-12 victory, led by Sam Keatley's 5 goals.
Sam is a freshman and is already one of our most dominant players in the pool.
In the final against Cal Baptist, Brendan Yapyash showed why Coach Ceruzzi calls him the best goalie in the NCAA, as he put on a dominating performance, recording 17 saves and completely stifling the Lancers' attack. The Spartans cruised to a 15-9 victory and their 2nd conference title in 3 seasons. In the end, the Spartans showed success comes down to their belief in their teammates and trust they've built in one another. As they continue to rise on the national stage, the commitment to each other remains their greatest strength.
If you look at our recruiting classes, I feel like every year it's getting better and better, and that's really cool to see as a coach to look for the future, look for the next year, look for the next class coming in and really be excited about it. If we keep doing that every year, we have a chance to be even better next year.
San Jose, Ben Ross, Ben Braun with you, 52-34. San Jose State leading San Diego at the half. You saw before the break a little sneak preview of the newest episode of The Charge, which you can watch the full episode on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. And boy, it's been an impressive 20 minutes of basketball for the Spartans, again leading 52-34. They led by as many as 28 points in that first half, scored the first 15 and didn't look back since. So let's take a look at some of the first half highlights from this one. San Jose State getting it done on multiple ends. And we'll start with some great shooting from Adrian Myers. Talked about that he was just 2 for 14 from three-point range this season coming into play, but in that first half, he was on fire, and he started by making his first 3. He was 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, 5 for 6 from three-point range. He was impressive. So was Colby Garland, and he's been impressive really all season long, averaging 17.6 points per game, 4th best in the Mountain West. He got it done in a number of ways. Going inside, gives the 2 small, Then outside, knocking down the three. I mean, it was all working in that first half for SJSU. And how about Mr. Jermaine Washington, who is getting pretty close to a career high already. He's got 16 points in that first half. 5 for 6 from three-point range, or overall 2 for 3 from three-point range. He had a 4-point play, and then check out this finish. The contact and somehow gets the 3-point play. Jermaine Washington making it look easy in this one. As we take a look at the stats from that first half, 66% shooting is pretty good. San Jose State also 60% from three-point range, 18-9. The rebounding advantage, maybe a little surprising though after that start, that it's actually San Diego with only 8 turnovers, San Jose State with 10. Let's look at the individual stats. Already 3 players in double figures for SJSU, Washington, Myers, and Garland. Tim Moore leading the way for San Diego. He's got 12 points. And again, the Toreros trying to get back in this one. They trailed by as many as 28. They're within 18. We'll see if they can keep that going and make this a game down the stretch. Back with the second half after this from San Jose.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. The truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
Every idea you love began as nothing. Just a flicker on a screen, asking a simple question. What do you see?
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Just about ready to go in the second half from San Jose State University. The Spartans leading the Toreros of San Diego 52-34. But Ben, I know you wanted to talk about San Diego. I mean, they got the offense going because they only had 4 points with 11 minutes to go in the half. And after that, they kind of found a rhythm.
Yeah, that's amazing if you think about it. 4 points, 11 minutes to go. So what they did the last 9 minutes or so, 11 minutes of the half, I should say, is they've been on a tear themselves. That's a good sign.
See if they can keep it going in the second half and make things a little bit closer. San Jose State going to work with their first possession of the second half. Shot 66% from the field. And Washington called for the push-off.
Yeah, good call. That was a good call. There was contact. I don't think he liked getting pressured. San Diego can pressure you, and that was a clear push-off.
11 turnovers for San Jose State, 8 for San Diego. We'll see if the Toreros can get this thing a little closer. They've trailed by as many as 28 in this game. It has been all San Jose State right from the jump. They scored the first 15 of the game. Moore missed the 3, offensive rebound rip. Moore going to work in the post. After the pump fake, in and out. And that is, wow, last touch by San Diego. I think that looked like it went off of Mundi. Officials are going to come together and change the call. No. Yes, they are. I think you just pointed the wrong way that time.
They said they're going to change it. No review necessary. That saves a timeout. That was the right call. And Tim Miles up screaming to his players. They're outworking us. They're outworking us. I love it. Tim Miles, a competitor. Great coach.
Rip backing down, and Ganga, who stays right with him. Swipe from Mundi, loose on the floor. And a held ball. Nice hustle from both sides, and it'll stay on this end. San Diego with the alternating possession.
Well, you saw how aggressive San Jose State got after Tim Miles got his guys a little bit, challenging them. I love it. Great intensity.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Tenari Lane backing down Washington. Over the top, nice shot.
Yeah, it's just a pro shot. I mean, you get in the lane, go over the top of your defender. That's unstoppable. San Diego, feeling better about themselves, Ben.
Yeah, they're within 16. Lane, the transfer from Georgia State, averaging 11 points a game.
Yeah, they're back in the zone. They had a little success with this.
See if San Jose State can adjust. A little bit confused offensively here. Garland pulls up and hits. That's one way to beat a zone.
Yeah, he's not confused. the team might be, but he knows how to score. I mean, he's been on fire this game. Just what a outing so far.
He is 6 for 6 from the field. 14 points.
Say no more.
Tyler Johnson off the front iron, and Nganga the strong rebound. Mundi outrunning. Contact, blocking foul.
Well, you know, how big was that last basket, the Garland basket, because he doesn't score that. They come down and score. They're whittling this thing down, maybe trying to get it to single digits, and anything can happen once that happens.
So Yafet Mundi going to the free throw line. In and out. Mundi with 8 points, couple of rebounds, 2 assists so far tonight.
Well, he gets the line, and that's a bonus. You want to get your guys to the line if you're in the post.
He shoots them at 72%, goes 1 for 2 on that trip, and it's 55-36. Johnson, scoop pass to Rip. Nice ball movement for Goodwin. Mundi grabs the board. Washington with numbers. Running the floor, Mundi for 2.
Yeah, that's just great hustle. Rebound, get it out, go, and finish. Get rewarded. That's just great basketball.
Mundi, the 4th Spartan into double figures. He's got 11. Moore over the top. Another rebound for Mundi. SJSU wants to push. Garland double teamed. It gets through to Washington. Sees an opening and draws a foul.
Yeah, he found a seam in the defense, split it, got all the way to the rim, and was able to draw the foul.
Might have got cut under the rim a little bit, but he did get the contact. And so Washington now to the line where he's 4 for 6 tonight.
And San Jose State's doing what San Diego did to close this half out. They're playing against a really aggressive defense. And so what do you do when you're playing against aggression? You get aggressive yourself and you drive, and those drives are effective. You don't settle for jump shots.
Spartans just 9 for 16 at the free throw line tonight. That's an area they've dropped off a little bit since last year. They're 68% after hovering right around 75% most of last season. One more for Washington, and he splits the pair. So a good answer here from San Jose State after San Diego scored the first 2 of the half. 6 unanswered from the Spartans. Tenari Lane misses another 3. He just can't find that stroke tonight. Came in at 43% beyond the arc. He's now 0 for 6 tonight.
Yeah, just I think rushing himself just a little bit.
Garland from Mundi, right down the lane, switch to the left hand. Pretty finish.
He gets a really good step to the basket. Great first step.
He's such a polished player with his footwork. And that's an 8-0 run for San Jose State. They're back up by 24. Johnson needs it. Can't get it. Garland working the pick and roll, a little too high for Mundi. "12 turnovers for San Jose State. Spartans have done a good job these last few years under Tim Miles taking care of the ball. They're only averaging 11 turnovers a game this year.
They've surpassed that already.
They've gone over that tonight.
Yeah,
it's a little unlike them.
But San Diego can put pressure on you. They can make you turn it over as well.
Johnson's pass intercepted by Garland. And that's going to be foul number 4 on Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, a bit of a frustration foul. The turnover and the quick reach in. 94 feet from the basket. That's a no-no. But, it's just a little bit of a frustration. Tyler Johnson's first game back. He's trying so hard. He's such an important part of this team. But just a little frustration, I think.
And it just goes to the job the Spartans have done defensively tonight. There's a little more full-court press from San Diego.
San Diego's trying to play that zone.
Nganga, fade away. Too strong. Good strong rebound from Giap.
Yeah, good job again in the zone.
Ahead for Gorosito. He's been held scoreless so far.
He's been quiet. A lot of that has to do again with San Jose State.
Quiet no longer as he hits the 3.
He heard you, Ben.
He heard you, Ben.
Yeah, players play. He's too good a player. He won't be quiet forever.
San Diego, more pressure. They got to get it across, and they just do. Garland to the corner for Washington. Right over the top. Look at the battle going on for the rebound, and it comes right back to Washington.
Yeah, that's got to please Tim Miles, who's standing up in front of us. Just loose ball hustle plays. Short clock now, Ben. Short clock, didn't hit anything.
Washington from deep. Front iron, tipped out of bounds, San Diego ball. So the zone, I think, maybe getting a little bit of the results San Diego's looking for.
I like it. It's forced a few more outside shots, kept them from getting to the glass, but still a long way to go in this game. But you got to like San Jose State. They've stepped the pressure up, back up, and gotten back their mojo back.
We'll be right back after this. 14:54 to go. Good shot of San Jose State's team huddle as we're in the under 16 timeout. 14:54 to go. Still up by 21, 60-39. San Jose State trying to get a little bit closer to 500. They entered at 3-5. San Diego at 3-4. And Ben, here's a stat for you. We talked about how San Diego has been pretty balanced scoring this year. They've got 3 guys who average double figures. That would be Tenari Lane, Juanse Gorosito, and Tyler Johnson. Tonight, San Jose State has held them to 4 of 18 shooting for 12 points.
Yeah, this reminds me of some. I talked to Steve Lavin about this. I remember playing when we were playing UCLA, and we beat them by almost 30, and they were one of the best teams in the country. We just played. And after the game, I said, Steve, your team's better than you played. We're not maybe as good. And what did they do the next game? I said, go play Stanford. They're undefeated, number 1 in the country. They went out and beat them. That can happen in college basketball. And I'll never forget that.
McIntyre had a good look at a three. Nice hustle on the offensive glass by Goodwin to draw the foul.
And I think you sometimes, if you're going through what San Diego's done tonight, you got to give credit to your team that you're playing. And San Jose State has played at a level that's really high. You got to put this in perspective, but you still got, you still want to get your team to get it righted. And so if you're San Diego, you want to, at least be aggressive, get to the foul line, knock down some shots, continue to battle. Forget the score. Play hard.
That was a heck of a block by Mundi. San Jose State gets the ball back. San Diego now just 1 for their last 9 from the field.
Yeah, they're going to play zone, match up a little bit out of it, match up to a guy in their area. They've had a little success with this.
Deep three from Myers.
That was a great challenge. Good possession again by San Diego. I think they found something in this zone.
Yeah, it has slowed the Spartans down.
Yeah, it has, and they've done a good job communicating, getting out on shooters, but they've got to solve the other end. They got to find a way to score against this aggressive San Jose State defense.
Gorosito made his last three, came up short, but chases down the loose ball. Around the screen. Pretty pass underneath, and Jupp with the finish.
Well, that's a good job of penetrating. Good job by San Diego. Again, just trying to not play the score. Just come back step by step. They're doing it.
19-point lead for the Spartans. Mundi let it go behind Bell. Was it touched? They're going to say it was. And so it's still San Jose State ball.
Wow, break, a big break there for San Jose, because they could have come back the other way and whittle this thing again. San Diego's doing a better job defensively, getting their hands on more balls now.
Spartans scoreless over the last 3 minutes. Myers, shot clock running down, ends the scoreless drought.
Well, he's been good tonight, Ben. He's really given them baskets when they needed them, inside, outside, medium range, long range, done it all.
Three on the other side, and it goes straight out of bounds.
That's another open look for San Diego. And if you're San Diego, you're going to take those looks. It's not your night. You're not shooting it. But Diop has shot 50% from free this year. And you look at a big guy, you say, well, can he shoot it? He can shoot it.
Well, San Jose State just turned it right back over. So it'll be San Diego ball again.
Well, I imagine on the film session tomorrow there'll be a lot of turnover sequences, even though there's a lot of great highlights. But coaches have to focus and try to correct some things.
I think I think if you're Tim Miles, that's probably the one area. I mean, he'll have a few, but for me sitting here, the one area where maybe San Jose State can't be happy tonight is the 13 turnovers.
And they've done such a good job. They played such a good basketball game. But, you're a coach, you're a perfectionist. Your job is to try to teach your players, areas of improvement and where not to let down. And that's one area you can point to.
Juanse Gorosito starting to heat up. That's his second three of the half. 62-44, more pressure from the Toreros.
Yeah, they just got it across there.
And they turn it right back over. McIntyre lays it home, 62-46, and now some of the San Diego fans making some noise.
Well, how about San Diego? They did not quit.
Nearly turned over again, but Mundi got it. Underneath, Myers, nice patience.
He's the guy. You want to things get tight, go to Myers. He's been everywhere tonight.
Adrian Myers up to 17 points. And Garland chases down that rebound. Myers in the corner, open three. Bet.
Why not? And how about give Tim Miles credit to know his team. He very well could have called a timeout after that basket. He said, no, we're going to play through this, and they have.
Job thought about the three. And will draw a foul instead. That'll be the 4th team foul on San Jose State. We'll take a timeout with 11:48 to go. Nice response from San Jose State to push the lead back to 21. Welcome back to San Jose. Spartans have pushed the lead back to 21, 67-46 over San Diego. Adrian Myers, a career-high 20 points off the bench. He's 8 for 10 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. He's also got 6 rebounds. He's done that in 15 minutes, by the way. 20 points in 15 minutes.
That's
efficient.
Efficient. That's more than efficient. That's just what an effort, and they've needed that.
As you said, he feels like the guy that's had every answer. Every time San Diego gets a little bit of momentum and goes on a run, he's had the answer. He'll get a break right now as the Spartans trying to improve to 3-1 at home this year. We haven't talked about it yet, Ben, but this San Diego team, they've lost 3 in a row, but they're looking for their first road win since February of 24. They've lost 15 straight road games. Now, I know it's a completely different team. It's, 14 new guys, but I think at some point Steve Lavin and company would like to get that monkey off the back, get a road win, especially with some of the places you have to go in the WCC.
Well, first of all, if their shots start falling a little bit better, and maybe had some guys miss some shots, if they can, maintain and play the way they played the end of the first half, start of the second half, I think things are going to happen. If they're playing a lot of new guys, not only this year, but just recently, guys just coming back for their first game.
Yep.
So these are the combinations that haven't played in practice, and San Jose State's jumped all over that. They really jumped on San Diego to their credit. They've turned this thing early.
Yeah, I mean, look, they started the game on a 15-0 run, and it has been double digits ever since. Offensive rebound there. Dominique Ford gets the friendly roll for 3.
It's not supposed to happen in your visitors.
Yeah.
For the visitors.
Check those rims.
That's a home bounce, man, not an opponent's bounce. Come on. I would have changed the rims on that, tightened them differently.
Ford missed last game. Nice pass to Mundi down the lane. Hit the underside of the rim. Sticks with it. Shot blocked. San Diego with numbers. Gorosito comes up short. Got it back. Ford again. Another offensive rebound, and now it's San Diego getting these loose balls. Still 10:48 to go, 18-point game. Ford's pass, or Gorosito's pass, tipped to Ford. 5 on the shot clock. Ford off the mark.
Good defensive possession by San Jose State. They really locked in defensively. However, they didn't get defensive rebounds, but they played deep, pretty good defense. They had to reload.
They still have the rebound advantage tonight, 29-20. Although San Diego now with the edge on the offensive glass, 14-10. Bell into the paint. He got his own rebounds. Pump fake, goes up, and draws a foul.
Yeah, great effort there by Bell. You could see he was really pursuing the basketball. Melvin Bell from Chicago again. We got to always mention that. I do, Chicago guy. But that's aggressive basketball. He's done a good job rebounding. He's a good rebounder for his size, 6'4", but he gets on the glass, both offensive and defensive.
First free throw good. Bell averaging 3.5 points a game this year, a little better than 4 rebounds, 4-star recruit. They're expecting big things from him. A little bit of a slow start to his career, but I think he's starting to find his footing now as a true freshman.
Good young player.
That one in and out. Oh, what a play by Nganga.
Had good presence of mind to knock it off. You see it.
They don't get credit for an offensive rebound. Another possession here for the Spartans. Just a hustle play from Sada Nganga.
There's so many plays you could point to for San Jose State today where they've hustled and gained possessions and just really been playing aggressively.
Garland behind the back for Nganga. Too strong with the 3. And both teams have cooled off a little bit these last several minutes. Ford trying to create space. And Ford hits his second 3.
Yeah, good looking player. He can knock down that shot. He's got that capability, the grad player.
As we said, he missed last game. Steve Lavin said he looked really good in shoot around today. He's looked good here in this second half. Garland, he is so good at that mid-range jumper.
He hasn't looked bad either.
No, he has not.
He's played.
He hasn't missed a shot. 7 for 7 from the field.
He's played his butt off.
Chance for a 3-point play on the other end. Tim Moore.
Yeah, you know, you still got to give San Diego credit. They've had every reason to go away, maybe drop off, quit playing as hard, getting frustrated at the level that San Jose State has played. They have not done that. They continue to battle back. And that's going to be a good sign for this team as the year goes on.
That was the 4th foul on Langford for San Jose State. Moore to the free throw line trying to complete the 3-point play. He's the only Torero in double figures so far tonight. And he does roll it in. 15-point game. This is the closest that San Diego has been in a while.
Yeah, there's no quit. And that's a good sign for Steve Lavin. His teams rarely quit. They play hard.
A little over-aggressive from McIntyre on the reach, although you don't mind that when you've got the pressure defense. He'll pick up a foul from time to time.
Steve Lavin, Coach Lav's up applauding his team, saying, look, keep playing that way. That's okay. You know, he'd rather see his team play aggressive, go out playing aggressively, because this has a carryover effect. That's how they've gotten back in this game. They've been aggressive, and they're back in the zone again.
Garland around the screen from Mundi. He missed the shot, but he'll go to the line. No, it's going to be a loose ball foul on the Spartans.
That's a good break there for San Diego. They got the zone got split. Garland missed a shot, but foul is called. But here's a chance, as you mentioned, Ben, for San Diego to close this thing down, whittle it close to double digits or single digits.
That was Marvin Bell's 4th foul. So Bell, Washington, and Langford all have 4 for the Spartans. And that was a foul on Mundi.
Yeah, interesting. I'm surprised he didn't go up for the shot. You drive and you kind of hear a whistle, go up. You'll get credit for the two shots if you can have the presence of mind to do that. There's a play. Just took the foul, but you know they're going to be in the bonus again. So both teams playing aggressively. You mentioned it, Ben. This has been an aggressively played game, and so the officials now are calling fouls, and that could help the Toreros down the stretch.
Tim Moore, 1-and-1. Missed the front end. That one hurts. Could have cut it to 13.
Yeah, got to make your free throws, but the press is back on. 2-2-1. This has been effective.
Washington, careful at midcourt, does get it across.
Yep, 2-2-1, back to the zone. They're going to play the zone here, try to get some trapping angles. Here's the trap.
And Garland smartly calls for timeout.
Yeah, smart play by Garland. That was a great trap by San Diego, just off the dribble at the 10-second line. And obviously, San Jose State had to call the timeout.
We'll take the timeout as well. 8:20 to go. We've got a 15-point game. Don't go away yet. San Diego trying to get back in it. 8:20 remaining from Provident Credit Union Event Center. San Jose State 70, San Diego 55. Ben Ross, Ben Braun with you. And Coach, I wanted to talk a little bit more about both of these coaches because we've touched on it, but you got Tim Miles now in his 29th season, 5th with San Jose State. You got Steve Lavin in his 16th season as head coach, his 4th at San Diego. These are two really good, experienced coaches, and I know you know them both well.
Well, I know them, and obviously you're seeing what they're made out of. I mean, you're seeing kind of the highs and lows. Players you're coaching are 18, 19, 20, maybe a little older if you're lucky today, but they're going to play up and down. And so your job is not just as a basketball coach to teach them basketball fundamentals, and it's about also managing themselves, their motivation. You're teaching. You're always teaching. And so I'm impressed with the teaching level. Steve Lavin and his dad, Cap Lavin, a lot of history there, and he knows Pete Newell. They knew Pete Newell very well. John Wooden, the connection that he had there. Gene Cady, for how important Gene Cady has been to Steve Lavin. And Tim Miles, the success he's had along the way, every stop.
Washington missed the 3 out of the timeout. Myers to the floor, picked up by Ford. He tries a quick 3. Maybe a heat check there, and it'll be San Jose State basketball out of bounds.
But yeah, I mentioned Tim, and what he's done, obviously. Miles is success Colorado State. He's had some Nebraska. He's been a winner everywhere he's been.
Well, and we should also point out he's going in the Southwest Minnesota State Hall of Fame or Hall of Honor next month, January 26th is when he'll be inducted.
Deserves it.
Look at the leaping ability on the steal there, and Tyler Johnson gets fouled.
Well, that's a cross-court, kind of a lazy cross-court pass. Tim Miles trying to talk to his team about it and say, look, throw passes cross-court, that's a no-no. But today, if you throw it with some zip, okay. But that was a floater and stolen, and then the foul on top of the turnover.
16 turnovers for San Jose State. We've got another timeout on the floor. 7:54 to go. San Diego just hanging around. We'll be right back. $7:54 to go. San Jose State leading San Diego 70-55. But remember, they've led by as many as 28 tonight. And San Diego, just keeps fighting. They haven't got it to single digits yet, but they're closing in, and a chance for free throws now. Tyler Johnson going to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, you mentioned an interesting point, Ben. Your team's almost 30 points down. And you know what a lot of teams do. They go away and they get frustrated. This team did not. They stayed in there and they're chipping away. You're down 30. It's a gut check. You got two choices. One is to quit, one is to keep playing. And San Diego's continuing to play.
Johnson 2 for 2 at the line, and it is a 13-point game. Still 7:54 to go.
Well, and if you're San Jose State, you can't afford not to stay aggressive and push. You can't just run the clock out and run possessions. You got to stay aggressive. That's what got you the lead to start with.
This pressure has been effective from San Diego. Got to get it across the line. It's tipped out of bounds. I think either way, this is going to be a turnover because the shot clock's at 19, and it's a 10-second count.
This outstanding pressure by San Diego, 2-2-1, giving the Spartans some problems.
That's the 17th turnover for San Jose State. The turnovers this half are 7-1. So that's been a big area for the Toreros to try and get back in this one. That would have cut it to 10. Garland was looking for a foul, and they're going to say still San Diego ball. Getting a little frenetic out there. Officials are conferring. Take another look at this rebound. I think, honestly, a good no call. The question is, who was that last touch by? But they're going to say it was off of San Jose State.
Well, you know, you're allowed to challenge, but you could lose timeouts, so I don't know. You got to be awfully sure now when you challenge.
Chance to make this an 11-point game or possibly 10 with a 3. San Diego has been battling back all night long.
Almost a 5 count.
Dominique Ford has hit a couple of threes this half off the bench. Wheels it for Moore. He steps into a 3. Front iron, and Mundi grabs it.
Well, those are big misses, those last 2. They would have cut it to 10 on both attempts.
Myers wide open. Thinks better of the 3. They'll run a little more clock.
No, I'm not so sure about Myers. I don't put that ball up, but they got the lead in the ball, so probably smart.
Bell into the paint with the right hand, short. Mundi battling out of bounds. San Diego ball.
And to the point, Ben, you know, you say, well, do you take that shot or you run the clock? Sometimes you got to take the first shot that you get that's a good shot. And so if you have that opportunity, maybe that's the best shot you get. But instead they have to take a contested shot, maybe not the same. So, and Tim Miles is going to talk about it. I like that he's got his team over the sideline. There's going to be a challenge, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're going to review that last out-of-bounds play to see who touched it last.
I would always call a challenge just to get the free timeout, because this is a good opportunity while they're challenging, whether you get it or not. You can talk to your team, and you can get your team back on track doing the things you did. San Diego has the momentum right now. San Jose State trying to get it back.
Look at the second half numbers as we take another look at this rebounds. And yeah, I think that probably should be San Jose State ball.
But there's something magic about the 10-point, I don't know what it is, but psychologically, you get a 10-point, a big lead down to 10 or 9. Everybody starts to feel on both ends that, we got a game here. Anything can happen.
Oh, that's close. Yeah. No, you're right, though. I mean, single digits, obviously a big number.
Well, it's 3 possessions. It's 3 threes. It's a lot of time on the clock. So, yeah, remember the rule again. You got to be able to. It's got to be over. It's got to be an overrule convincingly. It can't be close.
And the call on the floor was San Diego basketball.
It's got to be close. It can't be close. It's got to be overwhelming evidence. And I don't know if we have that. We'll see.
San Diego outscoring San Jose State in the second half, 23-18. The turnovers are 8-1.
That's significant. You told me that the way this game started, San Jose State holding San Diego to 4 points with 11 to go, and had about 7 or 8 turnovers on San Diego. Now they've turned it over 16 times, which has narrowed the gap.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, San Diego had those 7 early turnovers. They've only had 2 the rest of the game. And it will be San Diego ball.
Well, you know what you get to do now? I used to tell my team, guys, now we get to play defense.
Yeah.
And we've been playing defense. Let's play defense some more, because you want to win this game, you're going to have to finish it. And you don't finish it offensively, you got to finish it defensively. You put this game away on this end of the floor.
Spartans still shooting the ball well, 57%. And we're going to get a whistle and do things again.
Yep.
I think they started the clock a little early.
Well, you're at home.
Put it back to 6:45.
Yeah, you're at home. You got to get a little advantage, Ben Ross. Come on, you're at home. Take those guys out to lunch a little more.
Johnson, nice look underneath. Moore makes it an 11-point game.
Yeah, it's not the 2 points you gave up. It's that you gave up a pretty easy one.
So now can San Jose State regain some of the rhythm they found on offense in the first half? It's been a struggle here in the second. Garland open for three. In and out. Big offensive rebound. And the two for Mundi.
Well, he's been big, really big tonight for the Spartans.
Oh, it's a much-needed basket as we go under 6 minutes. 72-59 San Jose State, and that's, I don't think it was touched. This will be a, well, it would have been a backcourt violation, but it just rolls out of bounds.
Not so sure I wouldn't have picked that up just to see, and now you got the ball all the way advanced.
Washington will inbound for the Spartans for Mundi. Back to Washington. That was a good-looking three, just a little too strong. Got his own miss. Bell back out. Still plenty of time on the shot clock.
Yeah. Now it's okay. Take a little clock.
Garland for three. Chase down. And able to save it was Moore.
Great play by Moore, throwing it off of San Jose State. Falling out of bounds. That was a smart play. Here's San Diego now. You don't have to settle for a jump shot. You've been doing a pretty good job of drawing some fouls, maybe getting to the rim. It doesn't have to be a three. You still got plenty of time to get back in this game. And getting some free throws might be a good way to get back.
Johnson calling out the offense. Some nifty dribbling. Was trying to draw the foul, but no whistle came.
I thought there was some contact on that play. It looked like it from here.
Garland back the other way. Finds an open Myers. Oh, a rare miss from Adrian tonight. Gorosito steps into a three. It's just not falling right now on either side.
No, that's why I mentioned Ben just trying to get to the rim a little more. I thought that's the right move. The last didn't get the foul call second last time, but you get to the rim, that's a way to get some easy free throws.
Garland into the paint. Well, that's a guy you can turn to when you need to.
Yeah, and that's smart. That's clever. You take what the defense is giving you. You get into the paint, you pull up. That's his game. That's a great shot. It's an overlooked shot today at mid-range.
He has matched his scoring average with 18 points tonight. On 8 of 11 shooting, 7 rebounds, 5 assists as well for Garland. Gorosito for Jop, open three. Just won't fall right now for San Diego. They're 8 for 32 from distance.
Yeah, that was a good looking shot. I thought that was going to knock down.
On the season they're hitting 35% from three, but just 25% tonight.
Now you're San Jose State. You can take a little more time. I think San Diego's probably going to have to come out of that zone a little bit now.
Myers left open. Good position for Mundi. Spin move, up and under. Shot clock didn't reset. Myers has to go up with it, and he didn't know it. So 3:38 to go. We'll take our final media timeout of the night. San Diego still battling. San Jose State up by 15. Back for the finish after this. A look at San Jose State's upcoming schedule, and I'll tell you what, Ben, there's some pretty good teams on that next five.
Think? I mean, hey, Long Beach State, they're an improved team. They had tough overtime loss to Santa Barbara, but Coach Acker doing a good job in Stanford. Kyle Smith and his team.
They look good.
Yeah, they're good, but that's a tough game for Stanford. They got to come here and play that game. And then New Mexico, brand new coach, Coach Olin, and his staff is doing a great job. They're obviously Dutch over at San Diego State, Utah State, always tough. This is that's murderer's row.
That's a tough start to conference play, too. You go to New Mexico, then you got San Diego State here, and then you're on the road again at Utah State.
Yeah, but guess what, Ben? You know the only team I see on that schedule?
Long Beach State. You're a coach. You're not even looking past.
I'm not thinking about Stanford or anybody else on that schedule. Let's get by that game, and then we'll talk about the rest. And by the way, I'm not even looking at Long Beach State.
I was going to say,
you better look at this one right here.
There's still 3:38 to go. That's what Tim Miles is looking at right now. 74-59.
Yeah, well, this is a game, and look at the points differences now. The second half. What's the difference in points scored? It's got to be amazing.
Well, again, San Jose State had 52 first half points as Lane can't connect on the three. Nice offensive rebound in the feed by Johnson, but Moore couldn't finish.
Yeah, they just left about 3 baskets on the table. So that's a big point.
So San Jose State, 52 points in the first half, only 22 so far in the second half. And that's credit to this defense by San Diego. They get another 10-second count.
Now, that you can build on this. I don't know that San Diego will come back and get this game, but if they don't, they can hang their hats on the fact that they have battled back. They did not quit. And if they can play 2 halves like this, they're going to be formidable the rest of the season.
Another open three, that one's short. I think really a lot of the problem now for San Diego is Mundi behind the defense for 2 and the foul.
Yeah, he's been good.
I was just going to say, you look at the numbers, San Diego, I think at a certain point, you just need shots to fall.
Yeah, but look at this. I mean, that's a foul, pushing him back. But Mundi is a weapon because what he does, a lot of post guys don't do. He runs in transition. You've got to get back in transition. And he's going to outrun almost every post player he plays against.
And, oh, by the way, he's got his 5th double-double already tonight. 17 points, 11 rebounds.
And his teammates look for him. They know he's running, and they reward him, which is a big, big deal.
Trying to complete the three-point play, and does.
Well, this has been a step for San Jose State. I know they're not going to be happy about the comeback San Diego made, but a lot of that had to do with San Diego.
Johnson. Ultra quick. Look at the tip in by Lane. Down to a 16-point game, 2:42 to go. Ahead for Bell. He's trapped and fouled.
Yeah, this press is really effective. It's tough. You try to get the press and the trap right over the 10-second line. Once it gets over, you can't throw it back in the backcourt. So those are the areas you want to trap. Coffin corner, all the way in the corners, or at the top. We call it the 10-second line. It's almost a triple team. You got 2 guys on the ball on the sideline. Actually, quadruple team. You got the 10-second line too. How about
that? Right.
Make it a four team.
This is a 1-and-1 for Bell. And he gets the first one.
Yeah, he struggled from the line, but he's got a decent touch. Sometimes, you don't look at the percentage. You look at how a guy's shooting it, but he's got to get his percentages up a little bit. Capable.
2 for 2.
Yeah, those look good. Those look much better, and 53% shooter now can take his percentage up.
2.5 minutes to go. Spartans back up by 18. Some fancy dribbling by Johnson. Moore with the tip. That wouldn't go. Tell you what, the effort is there for San Diego, but they're just not making some of these shots.
No, they've missed about the last 5 shots. They had point-blank looks, just missed them.
Bell attacking the defense, count it, and 1.
Well, that's what they're at their best. That's how they got this lead to start. They really attacked the basket and were able to get to the rim, and they've done that now. When the game was on the line, San Jose State had to really step their game back up. And they got a lot of things they can build on in this game. This has been one of their better efforts. Of course, if you're Tim Miles, you won't be happy about some things, but that's coaching.
So Tim Moore fouls out for San Diego. Led them with 17 points tonight. And that'll be the cause for the brief delay as Steve Lavin calls his team over, using those full 30 seconds to make his substitution.
Yeah, and give San Diego an opportunity, just like San Jose State's had to do. We forgot. We haven't mentioned it since the opening, but they're playing without Ben Roseborough. That's a big loss, and I don't know how long he'll be out, but that's a loss because he's one of their better players. He's an outstanding freshman, and he's putting up numbers. He can really shoot it. I mean, really knocks down threes. Yet their team's shooting without his presence. So that's a good sign if you're San Jose State.
Lane will try a three. That's too strong. Jop doing work on the offensive glass. McIntyre finally gets one to fall.
Yeah, they've just struggled hitting that shot. They've been knocking on the door. They just haven't been able to get that shot to fall. But again, you got San Diego just continuing to battle, Ben.
They're still putting on that pressure defense, force another turnover.
And
that's
for,
21.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
You know, you say, well, do you keep pressing? And you do, because presses are cumulative. They take their effect on you cumulatively.
McIntyre for Gorosito. Steps into a three in rhythm and hits.
You see what he can do. I mean, again, San Diego's showing you they've got the pieces. They've got some things that they can do. Almost a 5 count.
They just do get it in. Garland trying to get it across the timeline for Myers.
Well, that was almost another turnover. Yeah, they're battling. They'll probably take a foul or two, but it'll be a little bit too late. San Diego battled back valiantly. Coach Lavin and his staff can hang their hats on that. They can say, look, we got to play more like this.
Right from the start, we get another steal. McIntyre gets fouled by Washington.
Yeah, and Tim Miles, again, he's going to coach us right down the last minute. And you bet you're going to get the chance to talk to Coach Miles. But he's doing what he's got to do. He's got to just keep the intensity up.
We got to get him in a little better mood before I talk to him, right?
Hey, you're on your own.
You're heading out of here.
No. Listen, you got this one, but you'll be fine. Coach is a veteran, and he'll tell you. You ask him a question, he'll tell you, what he liked about his team, and there's so much to like. He's got to be pleased, but he's a coach, and he's got to correct the things that could hurt you down the line if you don't correct them and you allow them to happen. But he had his team ready to play. And they built up a lead. That's as good a half of basketball as you'll see a team play. They played at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting game because of that. You don't often see not just a quick start, but a 15-0 start.
Well, they did
and keep it in double digits the whole game.
And
after.
as I mentioned, and you can talk to him about this too, Ben, is he did it on both ends. This wasn't just an offensive barrage, which they did have. They had a defensive domination. So they played both ends, and when you play both ends of the floor, good things are going to happen, and they did that. But Coach Lavin, I mean, they may get this thing finally back in single digits. Yep. That's a win. That's a moral victory, and they're going to get their guys back. So I like this game. I said it before. I'll say it again. I like this game for both teams. I know San Diego wish they could have played a little better early, but that had a lot to do with San Jose. You could say, hey, we didn't play well, we didn't shoot well. You know what? Give your opponents credit. There's a reason why you didn't play as well. You were playing against top-notch defense. Your shots were challenged, and I don't know if San Jose State can play at a higher level than they played earlier.
Well, we've got a timeout. We're going to keep it here because I want to get your thoughts before you take off. Just big picture, this San Jose State team, how do you see them in the Mountain West this year? We showed some of the schedule coming up.
Listen, if I'm watching this game and I'm in the Mountain West, I'm a little concerned.
They look pretty good.
I'm concerned if San Jose State plays like this and some of their shots start to fall and they start to win some of those close games, this is a whole different team.
Yeah.
Do not look at this team's record, and vice versa. Conversely, don't look at San Diego and say, all right, they're 3-5, 3-6. Forget about that. You get yourself in trouble every time. You look at records, look at a team's how they're playing, look at the way they play as a team, look at their intensity level, their unselfishness. Once you see those things happen, you've got something special. But, you're talking about two veteran coaches, Tim Miles, been around the block, and he'll take this, he'll build from this. And I think he can build on this and take this into that very tough schedule he's got.
I mean, the job that he's done, we talked about it's his 5th year, but 46 wins over the last 3 seasons. That's the best stretch for a San Jose State team since 1985 to 88.
No, not easy, and he's done that. And you know, and Steve Lavin has the same challenge on his hands. It's San Diego. And so you just continue to coach your team. You know, coaches have a history to them. They've been successful. You play on that success. You also look at your staff. And, both these staffs are veteran staffs. Ben, I know these guys. I look at San Jose staff, know the guys in the staff. You look down at it's Steve Lavin's staff. I mean, a veteran staff and guys that have been around the block coaching. I mean, Coach Moore, a highly successful high school coach. Billy McKnight has coached in high school coach and college coach. And they've done a good job. And Patrick Sandel, the veteran coach, been at UCLA and places. So you got guys here that can really get their team and teach their team. I'm impressed.
Lane for three in the corner. He just hasn't had the shooting stroke tonight, which is rare for him. 84-69. Final 30 seconds from Provident Credit Union Event Center. Spartans going to improve to 4-5 on the season. San Diego's going to fall to 3-5. And we got another foul.
Well, that would have been a charge, but they were in the cylinder there, and so I think, but we could put a bow on this one. Finally, Ben. Number one, good to be back with you.
Always good to work with you, Ben.
You know, the Ben and Ben show.
Ben and Ben show's back.
We're back. Always happy to give you top billing. But I really think we were treated to seeing two teams that are going to have some success this year. These two teams are capable.
Well, we've talked about their coaches, right?
And
their two guys who know how to coach, and their players as well.
No, they've got some players on these teams. You get Gorosito that didn't have the kind of game he normally has, and some of these guys, and we were talking about Garland struggling recently. He didn't struggle tonight.
Nope.
And so there's some teams in their leagues, buyer beware. You better watch out for these two teams, and they're going to be ready to play.
Bell rolls in another free throw, so Marvin Bell with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Final 15 seconds. Gorosito will try a three. Tipped out of bounds. It'll still be San Diego ball. They're going to play it right down to the final buzzer. And a steal for Garland. Dribble this out.
Smart. That's it. And in the books.
The handshake between the two legends, Tim Miles and Steve Lavin. Ben Braun, great to work with you. Our final score tonight, San Jose State 86, San Diego 69. As the Spartans do get their 4th win of the year, they improve to 4-5, 3-1 at home. San Diego 3-5 overall. They've lost 4 in a row now, as they'll try and get back in the win column with their next game against USC. That should be an interesting matchup in San Diego. And for San Jose State, as we talked about, they'll be taking on Long Beach State right here at the Event Center Tuesday night. We're going to be joined shortly by Tim Miles, get his thoughts on this win. A wire-to-wire victory for San Jose State, as the Spartans were really impressive in the first 10 minutes of this game, built a 28-4 lead. And, San Diego battled, but were never able to get it to single digits. Let's get Coach Tim Miles over here right now. I'll give him the headset. I replaced one coach, Ben Braun, with the other coach, Tim Miles. And Tim, congratulations on the win. Thanks for doing this. So Ben and I were both wondering, you guys came out on both ends of the floor and got off to that great start. 15-0 run, 28-4 to start the game. What do you think it was about those first 8 or 9 minutes? What got into the team just from their tenacity on defense?
I thought we practiced pretty hard for 3 days after Irvine just outworked us. And I thought we were much better in terms of our mentality, of our preparation, our practice, and everything that went with that. We strung it together, very good practice. Not that we were bad going into Irvine, but these were good.
Yeah.
So I'm always confident, like when we have these strong practices. And so then it's just, it's just chaos, just trying to hang on. Steve does a good job of, they went small and we're hurt. Ben Rosenboro's out.
Yeah.
Javon Hanna's out. Tasha Gadarzi's out. And so that's 3 perimeter guys that are in our regular rotation. We really don't have, many other guys.
Sure.
So we were kind of mismatched the whole time and up against it. So I credit the kids for hanging in there. And you knew San Diego was going to have fire and just like their coach, they're not going to quit. They're going to keep attacking. And so, it didn't surprise me when it got down to 12 or 13.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my next question, because this was kind of an unusual game. It's not often that you jump out to that big of a lead. And they did make runs, and I thought your guys sort of answered every run. And, it looked like you had some frustration at points, but what did you think overall just about the team's ability to sort of respond to San Diego's pushes?
For the most part, we did some good things, because, we had some guys playing like – I haven't played Sada at a wing in a long time now. I practiced him there yesterday when we knew Ben was out. But, we had guys playing the small forward that really haven't practiced much at the small forward outside of one practice. And now they got to fill the middle, and they got to do all kinds of things against press and zone, which, it's one thing to get them to do it against man-to-man. It's another thing now to get them to do it against that other stuff and be a handler and be an attacker. So I think we'll get better from this, and it was a, good outcome for us. But we got to be ready. Long Beach, beat these guys last week, and so and they had Santa Barbara in overtime, so that'll be a good game too.
Yeah. Before I ask you about Long Beach, wanted to ask you about one guy in particular. Adrian Myers had a career high 20 points. How nice was it to get him, making some shots and maybe build a little confidence?
Yeah, and I think he had. So I was losing my mind because he'd have like 3 turnovers, and all of a sudden I see he'd have a 7-point run individually. Well, I had a sub at the bench for him, right? And so I was like, maybe he's subbing for somebody else. Sada looks tired or something, but he really did a fine job. He's a very good shooter. And that's been his MO as a young player, and that's why he played at a high level at Mississippi State in the SEC, is because he is a big-bodied 6'6", 6'7" guy who can really make outside shots. He's a pretty good athlete, too. He's just got to fine-tune those other parts of his game.
And then I did want to ask you real quick about Long Beach State. I'm sure you haven't had a ton of time to look at them yet, but what are sort of your initial impressions, and what do you think is important in that matchup?
Yeah, I only saw them against San Diego. I was kind of watching from a different perspective, but they looked like they had some very good perimeter shooting, some real athleticism, next level athleticism, not just, so they had some terrific athleticism at the forward position for sure. And Sykes was a scorer. And they're well coached. Coach was just at San Diego State for a number of years. They're going to be tough defensively. They're going to try and, get us going. And with us short on guards, we're vulnerable a little bit. We got to be ready for that.
All right, well, good luck on Tuesday. Congratulations on the win tonight, and thank you for your time as always. Appreciate it. Coach Tim Miles and his San Jose State Spartans get the victory tonight. I'll slide over a little bit into the center of the camera, 86-69. And I thought those answers were interesting from Tim Miles, because it was sort of an unusual game. I don't think Ben or I was expecting either team to jump out to the start that San Jose State did. They get out to the 15-0 lead, 28-4, and San Diego pushed back a couple of times, but at the end of the day, San Jose State gets the win and improves to 4-5. Real quickly, we'll give you some of our final stats from tonight. San Jose State, boy, did they shoot the ball well. 55% from the field, 37% from three. They really did a nice job on the glass, too, 45-30. Certainly, that's one thing I didn't ask Coach Miles about. I probably could have. The turnovers, 22 of them. I think you give credit to San Diego for their pressure defense, but I know that San Jose State is going to want to clean that up. And again, it's very unlike them. They only average 11 turnovers per game, so they doubled their output tonight, but were still able to get the win. The individual stats, Adrian Myers, 20 points, a career high. He was 8 for 11 shooting, 4 for 6 from three-point range. Colby Garland, boy, what a start to his San Jose State career as he just continues to put up big-time numbers. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and Yafet Mundi, another double-double, 18 and 12. That's his 5th double-double of the year, the most in the Mountain West. Nice game from Tim Moore Jr. to lead San Diego. He was their lone player in double figures tonight with 17. Well, that's going to wrap things up from San Jose. as the Spartans able to get the win by the final of 86-69. I want to thank my partner Ben Braun, who's probably halfway back up to the East Bay by now. Thank our team behind the scenes here at the Mountain West Network and NBC Sports Bay Area. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Once again, our final score, San Jose State 86, San Diego 69.